Welcome to our distance learning kitchen, guys. I know sometimes you really feel like you have to work hard, like to feel like you're in class. Well, I think today you're gonna just feel like you're right there in my kitchen and that we're gonna be cooking together. Today I wanna show you how to make a green smoothie. Now I'm gonna be really honest, when I first saw this recipe, I'm thinking, I don't know about this. But let me tell you, it doesn't matter how old or young you are, trying something new can really surprise yourself and find out that there are things that maybe you didn't think you liked and you like. And if you've had green smoothies, I think you'll really like this. All right, so let's take a look. What you see here is mise en place. Really important term, you've got to know it. Having all of your ingredients pre-measured, lined up, ready to go. It's such a time saver, it really is. So definitely required for this class to have your mise en place. I also want to just point out we're going to be using a blender today. With the blender you have different parts. It's really important that you know what those parts are. We have a carafe, sometimes called the jar. You can get them plastic, you can get them glass. You need to be very careful with them. When you are finished with it, you've got to take this apart and get down in to get it nice and clean. This is the base. The base has the cord attached to it. This never goes in water because of the cord. But it does need to be cleaned every time you use it. So you need to wipe it down good with a damp cloth and then dry it with a clean towel. Make sure it's not plugged in when you do that. And of course, you're always going to have the lid on when you turn this on. So let's get to making this. The first thing that we need is a cup of frozen fruit, and the recipe suggests that we use a tropical blend. And so when we were at the store, this is what we came up with. And what's really nice is that the packs are all pre-portioned for me. So that really is nice. Let's open this up. We're going to use our kitchen shears. And add our frozen tropical fruit. The next thing I want to add is a banana. Banana has been frozen. I took it out. I got my nice chef's knife. And then I went ahead and cut it up, and it cut up beautifully. Nice sharp knife, really important. All right, here's my 2 cups of spinach. You could use kale or spinach. My husband went to the store. He went ahead and got the spinach. And I just want to show you, when you're working with kale or spinach, you might have these little stems. You do want to pull those off. You don't want to put those in. All right, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of liquid. Now I want you to think about the liquid. If you use juice, use 100% fruit juice, no sugar added. Juice is very high in sugar already. You don't want to add more sugar to your recipe. So if you want to balance some of the sugar in that, you can mix your liquids, or you don't have to go with juice. You can go with something else. The recipe suggests coconut water, almond milk. You can use regular milk. I have milk here. What I've done is I'm gonna use half milk and half juice. So I've got my milk. And apple juice. Apple and spinach and kale are a wonderful blend. And if you have some fresh ginger, you could even grate just a little bit of that and add to this, and it would give a nice balanced flavor. I happen to love walnuts, and I'm going to go ahead and add those to this as well. And I'm going to take my lid and put on, plug this in. And let's see what happens. So you can see by me starting and stopping stopping this with the pulsing, it helps to break up the ingredients and mix them through the blender. I think you saw a spinach leaf over here, and it finally came down. And so we're just gonna pulse this. Now, what if you like this to be more of a milkshake style? You can do that just by adding some ice. And with that, you can just add as little or as much as you want. Some of your blenders, the lid will have the little center part that will come off. And you can add your ice that way. I want you to listen to the sound of that ice when it clunks around. You know you still have chunks. When you don't hear that clunking, it's nice and blended. I want you to also be aware that blenders will have different settings. I just happen to push the smoothie setting. If I were starting this off, especially with some frozen fruits and the fresh fruits, this is great. You can see how it pulses. Some blenders will have an ice crushing feature. And then you have different speeds. All right, guys. Go ahead and unplug this. Make sure you unplug from the base of your cord. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Oh my goodness, look at this. All right, here's the big taste. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna taste nasty because I haven't made it before. Oh my gosh, it's good. I cannot believe this. This is a great way to get those vitamins, especially if you're not a vegetable eater. I grew up not being a very good vegetable eater. This is good. Absolutely. Really good. All right, guys. Remember, don't put the base in the water. This comes apart. You're going to wash your blender carafe really well. You're going to wash the blades. Always use a dishcloth when you're washing those blades. Do not put them in your water and go later to clean them because you might not see them and you can cut yourself very badly. This is really good. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for my husband to taste this. He's going to be so surprised because he was like making faces when I was getting ready to drink this. All right, guys, I really hope that you were inspired to try this, to try something new, to get into your kitchen and to just make some happiness and enjoy your time in the kitchen, enjoy what you make, share it with your family. Things are always better when you make it yourself because you're putting a little bit of your love into it and sharing it with others. See you guys.